Welcome to a new episode of Discover Daily, the AI-generated podcast curated by Perplexity to satisfy your curiosity about the latest in tech, science, and culture. I'm your host, Alex, and in today's episode, we'll explore an innovative AI model that's helping to improve code quality, a groundbreaking robot with living human skin, and how oyster shells are inspiring stronger, eco-friendly concrete. Let's jump right in with our top story about OpenAI's latest creation, CriticGPT. OpenAI has unveiled CriticGPT, a new AI model designed to identify errors in code generated by ChatGPT. Part of the GPT-4 family, CriticGPT was trained on a dataset containing intentional bugs, enabling it to catch around 85% of errors compared to just 25% identified by human reviewers. Did you know its feedback was preferred over human critiques in 63% of cases? That's impressive. The researchers also developed a technique called force sampling beam search to enhance CriticGPT's code review abilities while minimizing false positives. While primarily focused on code, the model shows promise in detecting errors in non-code tasks too. However, it may struggle with longer, more complex outputs and can still produce some false positives, requiring human oversight. Looking ahead, OpenAI plans to integrate CriticGPT into their AI training pipeline. This could lead to more reliable and sophisticated AI models in the future. In other AI news, scientists at the University of Tokyo and Harvard have created a humanoid robot face covered in lab-grown, self-healing human skin cells. This palm-sized robot can smile and display realistic facial expressions, marking a major leap in human-robot interaction. The innovative skin consists of human cells grown in a collagen scaffold atop a 3D-printed resin base. Tiny V-shaped cavities filled with living tissue act like ligaments, providing strength and flexibility. Rods connected to the base animate the face, enabling lifelike smiles and expressions. Researchers even replicated the formation of wrinkles by having the robot smile continuously for a month. While the skin currently lacks sensing capabilities and blood vessels, scientists are working to incorporate neural mechanisms and perfusion channels. This technology could revolutionize industries like healthcare and cosmetics testing. Moving from AI to sustainable construction, Oyster-Inspired concrete is making waves. This modern innovation combines the durability of oyster shells with advanced engineering to create stronger, eco-friendly building materials. Historically, tabby concrete, made from burned oyster shells mixed with water, sand, ash, and broken shells, was used by Spanish and British settlers in the southeastern U.S. Today, companies like GROW Oyster Reefs have developed proprietary concrete mixes that mimic oyster shells to attract and sustain healthy oyster populations. Princeton engineers have also created a cement composite inspired by mother of pearl. It's 17 times more crack-resistant and 19 times more stretchable than standard cement. By promoting biodiversity, reducing erosion, and repurposing waste shells, oyster-inspired concrete supports healthier coastal ecosystems and sustainable construction practices. In space news, NASA has selected SpaceX to develop a spacecraft that will safely deorbit and destroy the International Space Station in 2030. The contract, valued at up to $843 million, tasks SpaceX with guiding the 900,000-pound station to burn up during re-entry, targeting an ocean splashdown. The U.S. deorbit vehicle will likely be a variant of SpaceX's Starship, robust enough to handle the complexities of maneuvering the ISS. Not all parts are expected to burn up completely, necessitating precise targeting to minimize risks. Before choosing SpaceX, NASA explored options like selling the ISS to a third party or disassembling it in orbit. Ultimately, responsible deorbiting was deemed the most practical solution. As the ISS approaches retirement, NASA is supporting the development of commercial space stations to ensure a continued human presence in low Earth orbit. Well, that's all for today's episode of Discover Daily. Thanks for tuning in and satisfying your curiosity with us. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. You can find links to all the stories we covered in the episode description. For more fascinating content, be sure to download the Perplexity app on Android or iOS. We'll be back tomorrow with another exciting lineup of stories to keep you informed. Until then, stay curious.